First, developing tonight in Philadelphia, a slight sigh of relief for SEPTA riders in the face of widespread service cuts. A Philadelphia judge ordering the transit system to halt cuts planned for next week. That decision coming during a hearing at City Hall today. Those cuts are part of SEPTA's so-called doomsday plan in the wake of a $213 million funding crisis. And that means more than 20% fare increases set to go in effect on Monday, and significant reduction in regional rail service scheduled for Tuesday are temporarily on hold. Those cuts, however, that were added in the week earlier will remain. Here's our Steve Keeley with the very latest.
The judge has stopped any further cutbacks.
Lawyer George Paquetto after defeating SEPTA and its hired lawyers in court, stopping SEPTA's planned cuts to its regional rail train service, and also stopping SEPTA's plan to raise its fares 21% next week, too.
The evidence is clear. SEPTA has acted irresponsibly here.
It's likely to be very confusing to start next week on our regional rail schedules. We're going to, like I said, we're going to do our best to get the level of service out that we're running today, but there's no way we could create schedules in such a short amount of time, but we will do our very best.
It was already very confusing tonight for the regional rail riders we were with in Haverford after the SEPTA defeat in court, as they waited for an inbound train toward the city. Announcements from both male and female voices kept telling them the train already an hour late would be even more late, then saying it was canceled. Then the next scheduled train was late too. We watched repeated trains heading from the city to drop off riders, but none come the opposite way while we were there, with these waiting riders who weren't really celebrating too much that SEPTA was ordered to maintain this kind of current level of service.
Great to hear about the court result, but there's a longer-term problem that needs to be solved.
If they can't just cut it, then the money comes from where now? I mean, it feels like, yeah, maybe a nice first step, but in no way is this a solution to the kind of like budgetary shortfall.
SEPTA's next step now is to go back before the same judge Thursday to make a different argument than the one that failed today, to try and convince the judge it has to cut service and raise fares.
SEPTA has been double and triple talking to citizens of Philadelphia for months now. What's really going on here is SEPTA is trying to get even more money out of Harrisburg than they need to function. And they're refusing to use the stabilization fund, which, according to SEPTA, still has $400 million in it, to prevent the service rollbacks. And the judge said, baloney.
George Paquetto says after he expects the judge to make her order stopping planned regional rail service cuts and the fare hike permanent, he's then going to ask her to order SEPTA to put back all 32 bus routes it eliminated and restore the other 16 bus routes it shortened earlier this week.
After Thursday, we're going to request and hope that she'll roll back that which has already been done.
And so Thursday, a big hearing for SEPTA and its first big test with the first Eagles home game that SEPTA's leader already predicted was going to be chaotic with less trains for the fans.
As it stands today, we have no intention of adding service back for Thursday.
In Haverford, Steve Keeley, Fox 29 News.